You know what time it is, family. It's Eleanor, your favorite dismissive avoidant, back with another triggering video. Like, share, and subscribe for more of my content. And please let me know where you are watching from. Getting right into today's video. You can't out avoid an avoidant, family. I'm going to break down why no contact backfires if that's your strategy to get someone like myself with a dismissive avoidant attachment style back. You going no contact and blocking me on everything and no longer communicating with me does not, for me, it doesn't trigger, I don't have abandonment issues. So for me, it just feels like you're moving on. It just feels like whether you've decided to end the relationship or I decided to end the relationship, you're moving forward and there's nothing keeping you from moving forward. To me, it looks like everything is okay, right? To me, no contact doesn't feel like a punishment. So if that's the feeling that you're trying to elicit, it may totally backfire because I don't see it that way. You not speaking to me is just the natural thing to do if we're no longer in a relationship. It's the natural thing to do if we're not friends anymore. I don't feel the need to perform, so I'm feeling relieved. I'm not feeling the pressure of you reaching out, wanting some type of answer or response, So to me, when you give me that space, I feel like everything is going okay. I don't feel like there's something going on, or I don't feel like, oh no, this person's going no contact and I'm not going to speak to them for 30 days and I better get it together. That's never what I think. I feel like you're fine, you're done, and you're moving on. There's nothing more to it. I don't overcomplicate it. Because for me, no contact immediately feels like relief. Again, that release of pressure of having to perform, to respond to you, to have to show up for you in any kind of way. Once the relationship is done, to me, it is over. And especially if you decide to go no contact, which means there's no offer of being friends, because that makes things even more awkward when I have to say, no, I don't really want to be your friend. It's over, because I don't offer friendship. So I'm never in that position. So for me, it just makes sense. We grew apart, things ran its course, and then it also reaffirms my belief that, independence is strength, that clearly I didn't need this person. And also this person didn't need me after all, if that was the situation. Or, this person is clearly showing that they're moving on just fine. There's no reason for me to be sitting here sulking, feeling bad when I don't have to see you either doing well or doing bad either. To me, blocking is just a hard boundary that you're no longer coming back to this place. And for me, that's exactly what you're signaling. The relationship is over and you're not coming back under any circumstances. That's what blocking means to me. To you, it can look like I don't care or that I'm unbothered, but I'm just a person, and someone like me, it doesn't make sense to get on the internet and start crying. It doesn't make sense to get on the internet and post a bunch of memes and public posts on Facebook or Instagram so that somebody who I've gone no contact with or you've gone no contact with me, for them to see. Like, what's the point of that? I don't get it. It seems immature. It seems very needy and codependent, which is the opposite of who I am in every way. So to me, I'm refocusing on other things. I'm spending time doing hobbies, whether that's old things that I was into or new things that I'm into. I can be distracting myself with, family and friends and other things. I'm not going to be sitting there stuck and sad about a relationship that's ended, especially if it's no contact and I for sure can't see anything that's going on with you, because I'm not going to check. But the fact that you've made it easier for me to move on by making me believe through your actions that you're moving on and this is no more, it makes it very easy to do just that. So there's no reason for me to publicly be feeling sad about something that I've accepted that is over. I feel like that's just putting on a performance for people who really don't care, right? I just rationalized that we weren't compatible and then it's not a big deal. The only way that no contact would get me to come back to someone would not be because of no contact. It would be because I really wanted to revisit that person and that relationship again. I would have had to feel a high level of safety, not only during the relationship with you, but also during the breakup as well. We would have both had to end on good terms. There would be so many things that would have to be in place, but it would not be because you went away for 30 days and were anticipating me coming back. Because here's the thing, I can feel if somebody is trying to do something because they want me to act or react in a particular way. And right then and there, I understand that to be manipulation, which is very much control, which is very much demonic. For some of you that like to talk about that in the comments and really don't know, it's demonic. Okay. It's witchcraft. It is what it is. I'm going to call it what it is. That's what control is. And it's a total turnoff. So for me, once I realize that you're trying to manipulate or control me, I'm even more turned off. I'm even more closed off to the idea of reconciling with you, to even responding to anything that you're trying to send me or any communication attempts that you make. I'm going to be totally turned off because I understand that you did all this. You may have even done something to hurt me to get a certain reaction so that you could get what you wanted. And now I totally don't want anything to do with you. And for me, there's no reason for me to revisit a relationship that didn't work out if we were not married. Okay. If we do not have children together, I'm not understanding why we're struggling forever and ever and ever with people who are temporary and haven't made a serious commitment. So for me, if I'm not tied to you for life in that way, I don't see the point in trying to be friends or maintaining contact or, again, revisiting the situation and reconciling and starting the relationship over again. For me, going no contact and trying to avoid me to get me to react in an anxious way or to get me to react by pulling away, pulling me in is not going to work. It really normally reads as manipulation. And it's, like I said, a super turnoff. I live detachment and emotional unavailability. You're not going to outdo me. You know what I mean? It's like, are you going to outplay Michael Jordan? I don't know. Are you going to out hustle Dennis Rodman, these people in their prime? I don't know. You know, maybe you're a blacktop legend. Maybe, you know what I mean? Only you know your story. But for me, you're probably not going to do that. In fact, the more I feel like you're trying to get a reaction out of me, the less I'm going to be interested. And I respect people who can walk away with respect and not resentment. I can walk away from somebody and not be resenting them. Like, manipulation is never going to feel safe enough for me to ever want to revisit a situation with you. So for me, no contact doesn't work with a dismissive avoidant or somebody who's got a dismissive avoidant style similar to mine, as severe as mine was. You know what I mean? You're not going to out avoid me. You're not going to make me feel abandoned and left behind and feeling all great. I'm not going to feel that way. I'm going to feel relieved. I'm going to feel like you're doing well, so I should be doing well. If you're moving on, I definitely need to be moving on. I can't stay here if you're not staying here. You know what I mean? Especially if you've made the decision. And for sure, if I've made the decision, I've already thought about, moving on, getting up out of the situation and, thought about the consequences. So there's no need for me to stick around. So let's talk about it even further in the comments. Keep the conversation going. Like, share, and subscribe. Check out the playlist. Find me on Instagram. Book your one-on-one with me. All the information is down below in the description box. Let me know where you are watching from. And family, I will be tapping in with you very soon. Keep it real.